Boston 25 Morning News starts right now.
And now at 8 o'clock, it has happened again. Another local Walmart is shut down after one employee died and several others tested positive. Coming up, the multiple complaints from workers and customers who say the store wasn't doing enough to keep people safe.
A big crowd gathered outside the State House demanding the governor lift restrictions, but not everyone feels that way. A new poll that shows a majority of Massachusetts residents are still worried about crowds.
And starting tomorrow, masks are mandatory, but some materials are more effective than others. Coming up, tips on what to look for when covering your face.
And later, shaking hands and kissing babies is over. So how do you win a presidential election without a national campaign? We're talking politics in the age of the coronavirus. Morning, everybody. 8 o'clock now on this Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Gene LaManchi.
And I'm Sarah Underwood. Beautiful blue skies out there right now. Let's get right to Boston 25 News meteorologist Sherry Spear. Beautiful outside, but a little cooler than yesterday.
Yeah, so temperatures are going to run about 10 degrees cooler than they were yesterday out there. So despite the sunshine today, the warm up just isn't going to be quite as grand. We're at 45 now in Boston and Lawrence, 42 in Worcester, and 51 in Hyannis. A lot of sunshine, but Boston up to the North Shore and into southern New Hampshire, we do have a little bit of patchy cloud cover on tap. Notice temperature in Boston 18 degrees cooler than it was yesterday at the same time. So if you're walking the dog or going for that run, you're probably going to need an added layer from whatever you put on yesterday. Temperatures in Framingham today are going to work their way through the 50s this morning, get up to about 60 in the afternoon. We're going to weave in some scattered clouds, but keep the forecast dry today. I do have a breakdown of the best days for getting a little yard work done when we've got rain coming into town coming up. Let's get it to Catherine for live drive time traffic. Take it away.
All right, so I want to take you out to some video here. This is from the ground in Woburn from earlier this morning. This fire started around 6:30, and this is in the area of 8 Green Street, which is also near the intersection of Main Street. And you could see at that point that there was a very active scene, and that remained the case up until Sky 25 left there, right around about 7:30 or so. And you could see there that there was a lot of smoke, a lot of fire apparatus and equipment, so hoses strung out on the pavement, lots of trucks, things of that nature. So I do want to let you know that this was still a very active scene, and so you might notice a bit of disruption there, especially if you're trying to drive through that area. So Green Street, Main Street blocked off in that area. Just be aware of that as they're continuing to deal with that scene. I did want to take you out for this picture as well, and this was also from Sky 25. This was over 3 northbound in the Rockland area near 228, and this was a truck that's tipped over into the embankment there, and they're still trying to get that thing right side up. This is from early this morning. Just one lane getting past there for now. Back over to you.
Well, developing this morning, one person was killed overnight in a fire in Hanson. This happened on Pennsylvania Avenue. It's a quiet dead-end road there in town. And when crews arrived last night, a family member said someone had not made it out, but crews were unable to locate the person because of the flames and the smoke were so thick and intense. The name of the victim has not yet been released.
And this morning, it has happened again. A second Walmart in Massachusetts has been shut down after becoming a hot spot for the coronavirus. One worker has died and several more have tested positive.
And employees say the store was not forcing sick people to stay home or enforcing social distancing inside the store. Boston 25 News reporter Kelly Sullivan live in Quincy. And Kelly, I know you spoke earlier with the city's health commissioner.
That's right. So the health commissioner tells me that so far they have tested 11 employees who have tested positive for the coronavirus. One worker has passed away, and she tells me that number of positive cases could likely rise because all of the employees here at this Walmart will have to get tested. She says the department has been doing contact tracing, and they've been noticing a cluster here at this Walmart ever since last week. Now, according to the